Howdy, howdy. Indeed. All right. So today, special treat. I can't get my foot in there. Oh, I'm so bad at this now.
Whoa.
I'm hitting the tape on the floor. Oh, no, heavens, it's all going to shit. All right. Today, we try Foggy Mountain Salted Caramel.
You heard that right.
Gift from David Calvin, viewer and friend of the show. I did not know that they made flavored whiskey. Well, I guess I did know. Jason brought in the peanut butter flavored whiskey one time. I don't know how I feel about flavored whiskey.
And there's cinnamon whiskey.
Yeah, I like whiskey flavored whiskey. But we're gonna give it a go.
Okay, Nick Offerman.
Is that something so? Oh, Jesus.
If it's not something he said, it sounds like something he would say.
Immediately smell it. Immediately open it up, and it's hitting my nose hairs. There is a bit out of the top because we did this for a Jace's Faces episode thing, whatever. It's an episode? Sure, it's an episode.
Mm-hmm.
Recently. So this is salted caramel. Ian, do you have the tasting notes for our salted caramel flavor whiskey here?
I do. We've got tasting notes. On the nose, you'll find salted caramel. On the front end, as you first take a sip, it's salted caramel. When it reaches the back of your mouth and your throat, it's going to turn into salted caramel. And when you spit it back into the glass, it's going to be salted caramel.
Fair. All right. And just for that negativity, I'm giving Ian a little bit more. We got to get the Ian reaction. All right, come on over and collect your glass, Mr. Mack. And while you are...
Oh wow, no! Now that it's come over here.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow,
yeah, dude. It's
like Werther's.
Yes. All right. So while Ian is back there, why don't you tell us what tartan you are wearing, Mr. Ian?
I'm wearing the Manx Hunting Ancient tartan.
Yes. And other side note, Ian's straps and buckles on that tartan are a dark brown. We're getting closer, boys and girls. We're getting closer to brown and dark tan straps and buckles. Do you have the regular chrome buckles or do you have the antiqued chrome? Okay, very nice. Mac, what tartan do you have on there today?
Well, if it's not up, it's down. County down.
Oh, look at you with the dad jokes. And I got whiskey on my kilt already. Today I have on the Buchanan weathered tartan. It is my favorite version of the Buchanan tartan. Very nice, very nice. Okay, now that we have that out of the way. Jesus, you don't need to put your nose in this to smell it. You can smell, seriously, you can smell it from across the room.
It is straight up Werther's.
Yes. It does. I couldn't figure it out. No. It's not Werther's. It is like the cheaper butterscotch version.
Okay, yep.
Of candy, not the Werther's. Oh, jeez. That is a lot of salted caramel. I remember that when we opened it up for for Jace's Faces, when we were gonna pour it out, Adam, one of our videographers, said, I bet it doesn't even taste like salted caramel. You probably get barely a hint of it. And I opened it and I was just like, oh my God, nope, you're dead wrong. Nope, that's absolutely salted caramel. So in fairness, what this company does is a lot of flavored whiskeys and flavored vodkas and stuff like that for mixing. So in that aspect, this is absolutely what you would use this for. I don't know if I would just straight drink this outside of, scientific reasons here. All right.
So where are the mixers then?
You're in your belly.
They're not wrong.
Yep,
it's what it is.
That's salted caramel. How are you feeling about it, Mac?
I want this in ice cream. I want a milkshake in this.
Ooh.
You want to take your clothes off and jump in and swim in it?
How about all that? It's I even get a sugary consistency on the tongue, and it's layering my mouth. Layering
Let
my
that
mouth.
go.
Yes. Ian, what are your? I'm sure you have no thoughts on this.
None.
So none at all.
Why does this exist? Is I guess my first question. I understand flavored alcohols, your vodkas and your whatnots, for mixing. I get that, but why whiskey? Why do this to a beautifully aged oak barrel drink?
Do you know that it's aged?
Put it in. I don't. But if it's a white whiskey, that's fine. Like if you're putting it in your moonshine, sure, knock yourself out.
This may be a white whiskey that just has caramel added into it.
That's fair. That's fair. But if you're going to add it to real whiskey, you're covering up everything that's wonderful about whiskey to me. You're right. This is perfectly fine. Put it in, maybe this would be good in a cider as like a caramel covered apple teeny drink.
I can see that.
Okay.
I don't go for stuff like that. I very much have a sweet tooth. I can't resist a dessert. If you're having me over and giving me a nice scotch and also hey, I got these salted caramel cookies. Would you like one? Hell yes. I don't like it with my whiskey. And I generally don't drink sweet alcoholic drinks. I can. They're not bad. They're just not for me. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, no thank you.
Yeah. I think you're on there. It is. I could absolutely see this being mixed with something. But it's literally like taking a shot of sugar and caramel drink, just more liquidy.
And the problem is,
I know. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm very torn. Mac. What? Really? Okay.
my glass is empty, so
Okay. It definitely has legs.
But I like the peanut butter whiskey. I like the flavor of that one, the screwball.
Yeah.
I know that's not a very popular one in the room, but I enjoy that. This is right down that same line.
It is
An abomination. Abomination in both cases.
I could see that.
The only flavored whiskey that I drink sometimes, and I had to come around to it, I was very against it for a long time, is I do use like a honey whiskey sometimes in tea, like especially as like a bootleg
Hot toddy.
hot toddy. A bootleg hot
I do the
toddy.
same thing. Yep.
It's not a proper hot toddy, I get it, but sometimes when you're sick, you want to get there fast.
Yeah, I'll do that, and then I also add honey into it too, just to, like,
Yes,
I double down on it.
obviously. I said sweet tooth earlier.
Yeah. This is hurting my sweet tooth.
Alfalfa raw honey, by the way, is the move.
Yes.
This is like rotting my teeth out of my head sweet.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
so we will score this. We have to keep the scores consistent. So first, let's score it how we would actually score it on the show as its own scotch, as its own whiskey. All right. Ian, 1 to 10.
1 is
this.
the lowest.
1 is the lowest.
Can't go below 1, that
Can't
means.
go below 1.
So 0's off the table.
You can do it like a 0.1.
Okay. I'm torn, because it's not like it tastes bad. If I said it tasted bad, I'd be a liar. But I don't want it to exist. So I will give it a half point for it not tasting bad and say 1.5.
1.5. Okay.
If it didn't taste like salted caramel and it was this abomination, then it would be a true 1. But I'll give it a 1.5 to be polite.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Mac.
If I'm going for a whiskey, this is not the first thing I'm picking up. If I'm going for something that I'm going to, as you said, mix with something or a dessert type thing.
Don't do the mixing yet.
I know, but I'm just saying. I have to separate the two.
Yep.
Like, if I'm going for an actual whiskey, this is going to be scored lower. If I'm just going for a whiskey,
It doesn't have to be a whiskey. It's a drink, and it could be. You could be like, because we've done other things that aren't whiskeys before.
It's true.
We've done beer. We've done other stuff. So if I'm going for, I'm in a sweet toothy kind of mood. Is this something you would go for? And in that vein, what would you score it? And then next, we'll score it based on if it was in a mixed drink. kind of thing.
See, if I'm going sweet tooth, like I said, I enjoy Screwball. I enjoy the peanut butter whiskey, and I will go down and grab that off the shelf.
Okay.
So I am still going to go. I'm going to go way higher than you two are on this by far. I'm going 8-2.
Wow.
That sweet tooth comes in hard.
Okay.
That's what she said.
Thank you, Michael Scott. Okay. I'm not going anywhere near that hard. Or anywhere near that high. But it's not bad. I'll say 5 being something I would order on a regular basis or be like average kind of thing. I'll say 4-4. Give it a 4-4. So I wouldn't go out of my way to order it, but if it was at a party, I'm like, yeah, sure. They didn't have any desserts, but that was the dessert liqueur, so to speak. Sure. All right, now, Ian, if you're gonna mix a drink,
Okay.
would you use this and with an apple with your cider concoction that you said, or an apple teeny and a salted apple, salted caramel apples teeny thing?
I mean, I'd try it if somebody else were making it, but I wouldn't make it.
Okay.
Like, I think, some of the scoring uses, would you literally turn this down if handed to you? And if I'm at a party and somebody wants to hand this to me and I'm thinking, you know what, I'm going to have to drive home tonight, probably only having a drink or two, I don't know, I'd want to waste that drink or two on this.
Okay.
No, thank you.
Well, if it's like there's some kind of
Yeah.
fruit punch mixture-y thing that it happened to go with.
I would try it out of mere curiosity.
Okay.
So a comparable here is, and this was a massive mistake, the part I'm getting to, not the first part of this sentence. I joined the rabble-rousers when they visited Bethlehem about a month ago.
Group of kilted individuals, for those who didn't know.
And met up at the Red Stag in Bethlehem and had lunch. And they had on the menu, it was Easter weekend, so they had a Cadbury cream egg martini thing. And I'm like, you know what? I'm curious, morbidly curious. I will try this. Man, was that awful. Didn't taste anything like a Cadbury cream egg, to be fair.
Fair.
It's like, this just tastes like sweet and maybe a little bit of alcohol, and it's awful, and I don't like it.
Okay, score it based on a mixer.
I don't drink stuff like that, usually. Out of 10 still?
No, out of 7.3 now, Ian.
Yes,
out of
you
10.
were talking about out of 5 earlier.
Just-
I don't know. You're switching it up on me. I don't know, 3 or 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
3 or 4. That's his official exact score.
Yeah.
Mac.
This is going in milkshakes. This is going in waffle batter mix. We're going all in.
Waffle batter mix.
Okay, now we're
Yeah.
talking. I'm back up to 5 now.
Now we can make a syrup out of this. Important. Like we can go all kinds of different directions with this. I'm still at my 8-2 for both levels.
Okay. I could absolutely see this being mixed for a mix of a thing. Not that I'm a cocktail-y kind of guy, but as a mix of a thing, I'd probably say it's like 7-2. I could see it getting up there for a mix of a thing. Okay. Very good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Boys and girls, if you would, load in your questions. As always, we are your humble servants here to answer whatever questions you have for us. So load them in below. And before we get started, 2 things. One, I knew Ian was going to hate it, so I brought it back up.
We have a comment that's interesting.
Oh, what's the comment that's interesting?
Mixed with coffee?
See? Okay.
I'm okay. People are starting to come up with ideas that are interesting. Like, you talking about the waffle batter? I'm like, okay, let's talk.
Yeah.
With coffee, I'd try it.
Now, see, I don't like hot alcohol. I don't drink Irish coffee and stuff like that. So for me, I wouldn't do it in that. Maybe, hold on. In a cold coffee, in like an iced coffee.
Okay.
Pour in, yes, because I like caramel. I like the salted caramel, like mocha chocolate latte cups from what's it called, Starbucks. So a salted caramel, like a good little bit in there, whew, that would be dangerous.
Yeah.
You would be like wide awake and sloshed. Okay. Yes. So anyway, since I knew that Ian wasn't going to like this, we have drank this on the show before. Drank. Brian
Drunk.
Greminger came into the store the other day, and he brought a bottle of this for us. And since we have already drank this on the show, we're not going to review it. But I did say, you know what, this would be great as a backup because I know Ian's going to hate it, and I just want to have a second drink. So, Ian,
Sorry, my glass is full.
Oh, well, then you got to kill it. That's why I gave Ian the more. I was like, if he wants the Dalmore, which is spectacular, by the way. I think we rated this
punish me.
up in the upper 7s or 8s. Absolutely.
We don't care about this carpet, do we?
Thanks for watching the video, guys. Remember, if you want to support our channel, we actually have a real store over in Spring City, PA. If you have anything you need for your Highland wear outfit, go over to usakilts.com.